sixth spot on the ladder. They keep their season alive. Big performances throughout their roster. Down Tyrell Harrison, but no worries. Damon Lowry, Felix von Hotke to wrap this one up. 87-93. But what further down the page just sticks out to you?
Now, Brisbane got it done with the dynamic duo. They two imports, Casey Prather and Keandre Cook. Both played 35, 36 minutes, scored over half the team's points. I like to see letting them ride like that. This is what you do when you got your imports. Obviously, they down their third import. Josh Adams pitched in when he could, but those two guys led the way with the scoring, and down the stretch, they closed it out.
What you've seen from Brisbane at the moment, if they can get Tyrell Harrison back out there, they've seen Smith, Milner and Bannon get some form from this game, which is something they needed. Bannon is playing some really good basketball towards the end. If they can sneak in, for the Brisbane Bullets fans at home, are they any danger of causing a bit of a ruckus this playoffs?
Hey, look, anybody that gets in the top six can cause some damage. They can wreak some havoc, but they got to get there first, and right now, they got to run the table. They definitely need big Tyrell Harrison back, but they've proven what they have right now is still enough.
And the Adelaide 36ers and the Sydney Kings are not far away. The Adelaide 36ers, right now, it's more in their hands at the moment. Are they still the danger team hunting the playoff?
They are the danger team. They got the most desperate, I think, and they got so much firepower.
Well, you see it there. Jalen Adams, quite annoying. They got superstars up and down the roster, but they're going to be challenged tonight because a full-strength Adelaide 36ers is nothing to be messed with. The race for the play-in continues up next.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Adelaide have lost 3 in a row by 20 points or more. A crisis meeting last night. How do they respond as round 14 of Hungry Jack's NBL continues? Montrez Harrell feeling it from the corner and filling it up. What a start. The Adelaide 36ers right into Sydney. They're getting it done, the 36ers. Kendrick Davis pulls up and bangs down another 3. Vasiljevic, and Vasiljevic fills it up again. That's 3 more. Kendrick Davis written off after 3 straight losses, forced into a crisis meeting. They rebound in a big way.
Hello and welcome to the Hungry Jacks NBL, the second of our Friday night doubleheader. We're in Sydney for this one as the Kings take on the Adelaide 36ers. It's getting down to the business end of the season. The playoffs are in sight and this is a huge game for both teams. Sydney have won 5 of their last 6, while the 36ers have won 4 of their last 6 and are fighting for a spot in the play-in. It is 2nd versus 7th on the Mitsubishi Motors ladder, as you can see there. Great to be with you. I'm Joe Healy alongside Derek Rucker and Brad Rosen. Guys, this is an absolutely massive game this evening and could have huge ramifications for the playoffs and the play-in.
It's huge, Joe, and Friday night basketball in Sydney, there's nothing like it, Brad. Right now, we have one of the most explosive and entertaining teams in the NBL, the Adelaide 36ers. They're here to play the #1 defensive team, the Sydney Kings. Stars aplenty across both rosters. This is a tough game to try and predict who the winner will be, but it has major ramifications for the postseason.
It does, and good evening to everyone. Over 11,000 people are going to be here to witness this tonight, and the Kings, they want to stay in that top 2 in Adelaide. They want to get that 6th spot. It is box office tonight, Joe.
Well, the Kings are coming off a fantastic win over South East Melbourne, and Brian Gordon was pretty pleased after the game.
It was our best win of the year. Yeah. It was our best win of the year. And I keep saying I like the way we've been practicing. I like the way we've been going, moving forward. And this thing's for the taking. And, why not?
Best win of the year, do you agree?
It certainly was. I agree 100% with head coach Brian Goorjian. I love the way they came out from the start, asserted their dominance, and I thought offensively they looked a lot more fluid, and they did a really good job of just maintaining a nice margin.
It was great to see Bull Quoll give the minutes that he did and play well, but for me, it was the fact that they played the whole 40 minutes better rather than just a quarter or two.
Well, two standouts of the competition go head-to-head tonight, Jalen Adams and Kendrick Davis. How do you see this matchup out there?
Well, Jalen Adams is a former MVP winner, and I think Kendrick Davis, should he return, he's got MVPs coming. But tonight, huge battle. I think Jalen Adams has a better defensive ability in the game than Kendrick Davis does, but Kendrick Davis is so dominant right across the court. Jalen Adams a bit more selective about how he injects himself into the game. He's been labeled Mr. Fourth Quarter, but he needs to be Mr. Four Quarters tonight.
Very true, Derek. And for Kendrick Davis, they're going to start Bull Quoll tonight because they're worried about the backcourt. Davis, DJ, they know what they can do, but both of these players, look at the minutes. The simple answer is they are outstanding players.
As for an import for Kendrick Davis, is he the best import in his first season in this league that you've seen?
Well, he's way up there, and I just love his ability, Joe, on the offensive end. Anybody at that size that can be this dominant, you know he's a special player. He does it from all over the floor. He knocks down three balls. He attacks the rim, and Brad, he's one of the best creators with the basketball and assist producers in the competition.
That's so true, but Derek still thinks it's him that was the greatest.
Yeah, probably.
No question. But no, on a serious note, Kendrick has just been putting up numbers, and it's as simple as that. What I love is he fits into where this team needs him to play. If it's DJ's hot, he gets him the ball, and then he finds his times.
Derek, I apologise for even asking. Guys, DJ Vasiljevic has a record of 10 three-pointers twice in the 40-minute era. Can we expect to see another performance like that tonight, especially given he's playing against his former team?
Well, I don't know if we can expect it, Joe, but it wouldn't surprise me. This is a guy that has tremendous self-belief. He loves shooting in this gym, and right now he feels like his input can make a difference in games. So let's look for DJ to come out aggressive early and see how his barometer is with shooting the basketball.
He's a baller. He shot 21 shots and he was upset that he only made 10, and that's what he's going to be like. Paul Smith is standing next to us. He wants to put 11 or 12 on his old employer. No question.
Guys, it's the awards season. Who is Sixth Man of the Year and why is it Quatnoi?
Well, right now, this guy may be the hottest player in the league, and I know what he does with the basketball and scoring, but Brad, it's the effort, it's the energy. Those things I think are often overlooked because he can do that, get you buckets in a hurry. He's had numerous 20-plus point games over the past 6 or 7 rounds, and they've been critical to the Kings' success.
It's quite common when the best six-man comes on, he plays that great role for them. The difference that Quatnoi is doing lately is he's playing the winning role. When he comes on, they run plays to get him the shots because he's knocking them down, and right now, he's their best player.
Cannot wait for this one. Time to hand you over to your commentator, Joel Peterson.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's got a real big game feel about it. The last time the Sixers were here, they had a big response against this Kings team. They can win their way back into the top 6 tonight. Sydney still chasing top spot. Sixers ball to start. They come in 11-13, having won 4 of their past 6. Both of these teams in really good form. Vasiljevic was red hot against the Taipans. He's out there with Davis, Mayen, Harrell and Humphreys to start. It's Quoll, Oliver, Adams, Liafa and this man, Xavier Cooks, who gets the Kings on the board.
Great start for Xavier Cooks. His scoring has been a little bit down in recent weeks. His play has not dropped off, however, but just for him to get an easy bucket early is significant.
He finds so many ways to impact the game. He's been doing it all season long. Get the sense that Montrezl Harrell will like the big game atmosphere tonight. Humphreys underneath, strong finish.
Well, just one thing, just like you said, down the other end, Humphrey goes right at it. Here's Bull Quoll, shot the ball really well on Wednesday night. They can find an offensive spark from Bull Quoll like what they did with his 14 points. That would be a big win for them. Brian Gorgon praised Cam Oliver in the aftermath of that South East Melbourne performance, said that he's really turned the corner in recent times. Mayen outside.
Lat Mayen, a guy that got off to a good start out of the Hoops Fest several months ago, seems like 3 years ago. Hasn't done much since that opening game, but he's shown signs lately. He's ready to go again as Adam, he goes.
Keep it alive here, the Kings. Liatha no good. And Mayen 23 in that first game, ruck. He found himself then replaced in that starting lineup by Montrezl Harrell. He's worked his way back into it recently, and he's having an impact, especially at the defensive end. Harrell inside, nice feed to Humphries.
And one of the most underappreciated aspects of Montrezl Harrell's game is his interior passing, his high-low passing. He is very good in that regard. And Brad, I'm interested to see what type of composure combined with aggression Bull Quoll displays on the defensive end against Kendrick Davis. It is a critical matchup for the Kings' success.
Well, it is, and you haven't seen this starting five, I don't believe, all year. And the reason they're going with Liatha and Bull Quoll is Gorgon's worried about this backcourt. They are lightning quick, and they can shoot the ball really well.
DJ with 10 threes last time out. Davis, we know that he can put up the numbers. Jalen Adams has been in terrific form. Again, they go to Humphries.
And that's the challenge, like you were just saying there, Ruck. Bull Quoll gets up, but Kendrick Davis's speed, he just put that one step, and now it's 5-on-4, and that was an easy basket. And he's got to be able to play both of that.
He can do it off both hands, too. As Bull Quoll knocks down one from deep. Good start to the game, Joel.
Just like we expected, just like we'd hoped for. Both of these teams will come out swinging in a Friday night prize fight. Liatha picks that one off. Kings coming up the floor. He's missed the fourth quarter, trying to make his move in the early stages here. Oliver down low with Harrell. Rattles out.
That's a great matchup to keep our eyes on as this game progresses.
Two grown men in this league.
Two grown men in any league, those two. Davis, so shifty.
And Adams and Davis, I expect them to be able to get into the paint continuously. It's just going to be a matter of whether they can show the skill required.
Certainly can from outside.
High-level basketball early.
Back-to-back threes for the Kings. They got it back to a one-point ball game. Of course, these two teams met just before the new year. Adelaide circled the wagons, had the crisis meeting, came up here, won by 15. Humphries down low and one.
And Brad, you can see early on, Humphries realizes he has a size advantage, likes his success chances against these Kings.
We're just seeing the replay here, and you have a look at Kendrick Davis. Look at that crossover. These point guards are unbelievable. Then watch this one. Little step back and the three. These two are outstanding point guards, and you just saw it in those two possessions right there. But Derek, to go on to your point, yes, Humphries is seeing that. They like it when Kendrick comes off and they get switches, and he's just a big body inside.
Well, that's 9 points for him early on 4-4 shooting.
We know what he's a confidence player. If he gets going early, it can really positively affect the rest of his game. Adams gives that one away. Harrell in the open floor. Misses the dunk. Crowd rode that one all the way home. Adelaide keep a hold of it. Up by 4. 4.5 gone opening frame. Vasiljevic straight past the defense and high off the window.
Terrific move outside the three-point line. Crosses over left to right. Shows more quickness than it looked like he has, and a deft finish off the glass.
Sixers by 6. Quatnoy into the game for the Kings, who's been the hot hand. Bull Quoll, he's got the hot hand right now.
His confidence has grown. We know he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Bull Quoll, baby.
Just under 40% on the season from downtown Bullquoll. He's had his injury woes. He's back and training fully, and Brian Goorjian likes what he sees. He won't like the look of that, though.
Well, these two teams are elite in the offensive end, and they're just doing exactly what they need to do. Good picks up high. They look for switches and then look for the mismatches. And right there is one as Cam Oliver goes up and throws it down.
He lashes it down. And if you're one of the 11,000 that's stumped up for a seat this evening in this building, you are getting your money's worth early. As you are at home. Oliver reading the defense. Adams finishing at the other end.
We'll give that to Cam Oliver. Derek, I don't know, 6-7 weeks ago, he's not rushing back on defense like that in the split line and grabbing that pass. That's what Goorjian's been asking for.
Davis now finishes. This is an offensive showcase early. #21 play 17. Wow. Again, he gets past Kendrick Davis. He is spectacular.
Kendrick Davis early on putting on a show. 9 points early to match Isaac Humphries. 9 as we head into the Tangerine timeout.
23-17, 3:34 remaining. Of course, the matchup between Davis and Jalen Adams was always going to be one to watch, and J.A. spoke to Joe pre-game.
J.A., before we get into it, how are you physically? Obviously struggled a little bit with your back at the end of that last game.
Yeah, I'm fine. Anytime I suit up, I feel like I'm fine. So, I'm just glad to get out here and get it started tonight.
Gorge said that was the best win of your season. What pleased you most about the way you guys went about it?
I think it was a tough environment, and I think it's been about the starts. All season, I feel like we had to fight back, especially for our good wins. And we came out and we punched first, and we was able to keep it going throughout the whole game.
He is laid back. He's laconic at times, Jalen Adams, but he has been doing the business when they've needed it recently. And he's made a bright start to this game with 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting.
He certainly has, and he's been so valuable in a number of comeback victories this year for the Sydney Kings. But right now, Brad, the Kings have to find a handle on Kendrick Davis, keep him out of the paint. And his confidence is so high right now after some early success in this game. I just don't know who the guy will be for the Kings. We know they need some defensive strategy to also combat him, but it helps that you have one guy that can attack him.
Well, it's very difficult because he carries the ball. He's one of those guards that if you cannot let him have the ball, then you're going to be better. And here's Kwatnoi, Mr. Offense. He is just instant. Hits the three, as we know, but the ball's going to stay on Kendrick Davis, and he's got to be careful because he gets up and in, and he's one of those defenders that likes the physicality side of it. Davis just puts the burners on and gets by.
Rob Edwards is the microwave. I don't know, Cotnoy's got to be the kettle or something. It needs to be some kind of appliance that heats up quickly.
Hey,
Jason
everyone
Kadee
needs
outside.
2 microwaves, JP. There's never a problem.
Jason Kadee knocks down his first shot of the game, someone who's also played a larger role over the past few weeks. Noi, again, no good.
Tui into the game. Sideline ball. Let's check in with Joe.
Yeah, guys, we know Adelaide are wary of the form that Kwatnoi is in at the moment. DJ Vasiljevic told me before the game that stopping him is a key to this matchup. He said Noi is on a tear, and the ring for him right now is like a hula hoop. He also mentioned that channeling Jalen Adams out of the key and avoiding him creating space for that floater or the pocket pass to his teammates. He obviously had 41 points the last time these two teams played, so it'll be interesting to see how the 36ers tackle this.
Martin gets walled up by Quoll. And that's called as a foul. So a foul on ball Quoll. And I reckon if DJ Vasiljevic's saying that you think the basket's a hula hoop, you must be going pretty well because he's a man who knows a little bit about it. Jarrell Martin with the attack. He'll go to the free throw line.
That thing was a pool, a swimming pool. It was that big for him. But one of the things that the Kings, I feel, Derek, have done well, the fact that they've been able to bring Quatnoy on and they play him in that 4-5 role. Now, those last few possessions, he's getting wide open looks because he's got a 4 or 5 on him. And he's quicker. Now, yes, it can hurt on the defensive end, but it's a real ploy that this Sydney Kings have gone to.
Well, they better be more productive on the offensive end, because I don't like this matchup for the Kings against this Sixers athleticism and size, and of course being led by Kendrick Davis. It's a really tough matchup for the Kings.
Adelaide by 8. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this first period as Alex Tui is fouled by Montrezl Harrell. Tyler Robertson getting some early run as well. Koch Molowach into the game for the Kings. Jason Kadee and Jarrell Martin, the only 2 reserves. Of their 96 points last time out, Adelaide, 83 were scored by Harrell, Humphries, Vasiljevic and Davis.
They're a great 4.
So he misses the first. This man's stock's been rising throughout the course of the season. Second year as a next star with the Kings.
Adelaide are an incredible 11 of 13 from the field thus far. Sensational shooting.
It's not the start the Kings wanted last time they were here when the Adelaide beat them. They scored 38 in that first quarter. You don't want this team to get rolling, and certainly not that man right there.
He hasn't got off the chain so far. Harrell once, twice, thrice with intensity.
Offensive rebound straight to vert dunk as Robertson attacks on the other end. Poor defensive transition by the Sixers.
Yes.
Adelaide had it out to a game-high 9. Sydney able to get it back straight away. Minute and a half remaining in this opening frame. Friday night hoops at Kudos Bank Arena. That's going back in purple.
And look at the Amy replay. Harrell fighting, just decides enough's enough.
Might have gone through his mind once or twice throughout the course of the season, I think, for Montrez. Robertson outside. Cooks almost chased that one down. Sunday Detch out there for Adelaide. Such an important part of what they do defensively. Vasiljevic straight down the middle. He doesn't like the call.
Well, there are 2 possessions for Adelaide that weren't bad. You got the ball inside, and they just couldn't finish it. Montrez couldn't get that ball, and it got slapped out. And that one there looked like DJ had a layup, but they slapped it again, Derek.
And that previous possession, I really liked DJ coming off that screen by Harrell. I think there's a lot in that move, and they should keep that up their sleeve, if not go back to it right away.
Noy up high. Baseline, mismatch with Davis across the lane, poked loose. Vasiljevic comes up with it. And Sunday Detch cruises to the cup.
Great defense by Kendrick Davis. Does a good job on the much taller and bigger Quatnoy.
Points off turnovers is going to be such a key. We've seen 2 layups, one right there, and then Tyler Robinson down the other end who got a good layup from bad defensive transition. And Adelaide again off to the races, and here they go. Look at that pass.
It is lightning stuff from the Sixers. They lead by double figures.
And a strong start is just taking this crowd right out of it.
Robertson for 3. Needs it, won't get it. Kings will keep it alive. 7 on the clock. Great start for Adelaide here again. Cooks can't get it to go. And the 36ers will preserve an 11-point lead going into quarter time on the road. Big Friday night game. It's Adelaide 34 leading Sydney 23. Quarter time, it is Adelaide by 11. Sydney's highest 2 opposing scores in first quarters this season have come when Adelaide have been in this building. They had 32 last time. They've got 34 tonight, the Sixers. And the Kings, despite a couple of big plays from their stars, have got some work to do at quarter time. Joel Peterson, Derek Rucker, Brad Rosen and Joe Healy with you. Friday night hoops at Kudos Bank Arena. It's got a big game feel about it, and it's been a big time start from the Adelaide 36ers. And they need more of that, the Kings.
They do, and they are up against a hot team, and some of that is the Kings' inability to defend the basketball, but give the Adelaide 36ers credit. They came in here and they've played the perfect first quarter for a visiting team.
Just 3 rebounds in that opening frame for the Kings, Brad. Adelaide with 11.
We just missed one there, yeah, the 3 rebounds. The fact that they're shooting at 73%, the 36ers, is what's really causing that one right there.
Adams snaking his way inside. That's a patented move.
He was so good at that in his first season, and now he's taken it to a couple of elevated levels. He gets in that paint, and he can finish a number of ways as Davis attacks.
Chucks one up at the hoop. Kings with the fast break opportunity. Adams spots Malawatch. Feet set, no good. Rebounding battle. Davis comes up with it for Adelaide.
Both coaches upset with a bit of contact there on their point guards. I don't have a problem with it if you don't call it one and you don't call it the other and let them play, so no problems there.
Couple of buckets to start this second term for the Kings. Davis inside, he gets fouled.
Well, he has been electric from the second he landed. I remember speaking to the GM, Matt Weston, very early in the season, and he was his target. That's what he wanted. Matt Weston said, I know what he can deliver. He knew him from college days a few years ago, watched him. He then flew over to America, had dinner with his family, said, I want you in here. And the fact that he knew what he was going to get, they could not be more excited. And from my understanding, he will be back next year as well. Nothing confirmed yet.
And they're working toward that. 9 points for Davis so far, 10 as he hits the first free throw. Let's check in sideline with Joe.
I was listening to Brian Goorjian at quarter time. He put it back on his team. He said, guys, what have you got for me? The 36ers are winning this game right now with their pace in transition. He said, we've got to guard, we have to be tougher, and we have to rebound. We only get back into this game if we play defense.
Well, they can be assisted on that end, on the defensive end, if they do a bit better job on the offensive end.
Oh, Oliver skying but couldn't finish. He needed the go-go gadget arms. Qual as time expires.
Well, that's a big hit, Brad.
Yeah.
The offensive set was really scrappy, and ball bounces around, and Qual able to knock down a 3. He's into this game.
So's Isaac Humphries straight back out there. He's got 11. He's 5 of 5 from the field, the big man.
I'm a broken record here. That just Kendrick Davis. That just the way he comes off that on ball and passes to Isaac. He has to take one step and dunk it, but this is just up and down.
It's been played at a frenetic pace this game.
And these so-called defensive specialists are getting torched right now.
It's not a game for the enthusiasts on that side of the ball.
Wow.
Davis finds Humphries, who couldn't finish. Some good defense interior from the Kings. Tui, Qual, Cooks, Oliver, Adams is the 5 for Brian Goorjian at the moment. Oliver drop-off pass to Cooks was perfect.
Outstanding offense from the Kings as they start to find their rhythm on that end in this quarter, cutting this lead to 3.
And what was an 11-point lead is, as you say, Derek Rucker, now a 3-point margin for the 36ers. 38-35, 7:03 remaining at the timeout. Kendrick Davis, he's such a tough cover. He is so big time. Court Noyes spoke to Pete Hooley on the huddle this week about the Adelaide start.
Not so much trash talk, but my boy Kendrick Davis. Played 2 seasons with him in college, and he wasn't even playing that much, in college. And there was one position where I told Coach Dixon, I was like, play this dude, because he has so much potential. And just to see him thriving right now in the NBL, it's just inspirational, you know. And every time I see him, you know, it gives me a big hug. He tells me he loves me. When he was at his lowest moments, you know, I've always believed in him. So just to see him thriving is huge.
So many connections across the course of our competition. You think of the connections for Courtney, who spoke to Pete about the connections that he has, but Kendrick Davis came across each other at college, and he's doing some nice things. That's a very impressive looking stat line, 11, 2 and 5 early doors.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we kind of expect from Kendrick Davis post his return from suspension. He's been one of the top 3 players in the competition. He's making a run now for MVP, although I think it's a little bit too late given what Bryce Cotton's doing, but he's still making his name in this competition as a very young professional.
Completely agree, but I'm going to ask, obviously Bryce Cotton, number 2. Is that Trey Kell for you 3?
Ooh.
You said 3.
Hey, I can't give away my intel right now, Brad.
Top 15 coming soon? Oh, good. Then we can watch Twitter explode after Derek Rucker.
Bull Quall picks up his 2nd foul, and that was unnecessary, especially given how he's been playing. He looks over at us for some type of validation. I think it was a foul, Bull Quall.
Hands on him. Absolutely no questions of foul. And now Brian's going to leave him out there. You've just got to. This man with the ball, everything is going through him at the moment, the way he's coming off, passing and everything.
Why not? Such a creative force for this Adelaide offense. Detch puts it on the deck and hits over Jalen Adams. Tough shot.
Well, you talk about the big 4 scoring ports when they get things. A Jason Kadee hits a 3. A Sunday Deck hits there. It's big scores for them because you know your big 4 are going to get the rest.
Bucket out of that timeout for Adelaide. 6.5 remaining in this second period. They lead by 5. Earlier tonight, it was the Brisbane Bullets getting it done over the Breakers. Qual for 2 more. He's in double figures.
Now, that's something that they can go to with Davis cross-matching on, well, not actually cross-matching, but positionally cross-matching on Bull Quall on that end of the floor. Post Davis up. As long as it doesn't take you away from the structure of your offense and you're able to get good productivity from it, I see it as a good resource.
Jason Kadee coming into the game to replace DJ Vasiljevic. Koch Malawach checks in for Alex Tui.
And Brad, we've spoken about the Kings' identity being a really tough defensive team that doesn't look too pretty on the offensive end. Well, it looks like tonight they're going to have to put up some numbers to keep up with this Adelaide team.
Without a doubt. 4 times this season they've scored 100 or more, the Sydney Kings. 7 for Adelaide, who've conceded 100 or more 13 times. So they often involved in shootouts as Harrell hammers one on Bull Quall and then gives him a little look-see afterward.
Montrezl Harrell has been an absolute monster on the offensive glass thus far. That's his 3rd offensive rebound and his 2nd putback dunk.
Scotty's man Todd Gurley in the house at that end of the floor as well, the former NFL running back. Joe will be speaking to him a little bit later on. They shared an embrace pre-game, and I reckon they both would have enjoyed that right up underneath those seats. Davis again controlling the tempo. Off to Humphries, sees the wall inside, couldn't break through it. Hit a head pass from Malawach.
Look at the quick hops on Malawach. He saw Montrez closing in and put the turbo elevation on. 2-hand slam.
Wow. He's really grown into his role for Brian Goorjian this season, Brad, from Koch Malawach.
Yeah, mentioned him in his last press conference that he is part of the rotation now and likes the fact that he can bring that energy like we just saw there.
Detch inside. That one rattles out, almost pulled it down. Humphries did. Cook's got a bit of it. And then he taps it away. Again, the Kings push the pace. Qual to the Euro. He was fouled by Kadee.
Great energy by both teams in this basketball game. As you look at this Amy replay, again, wrong place, wrong time for Bull Quall, baby.
Look at that, the athleticism, just how quick. You could see Harrell wanted to go up and see if he could block that before he even had the chance to get his feet right. It was at the bottom of the net.
Harrell and Davis check out for Adelaide.
JP, Don't think that I didn't get that. Had a look-see at him. I heard that. I love that little... don't think we're going to just let that slide under. He had a little look-see. I loved it.
Glad you were with me there, Brad. Glad you were with me.
Derek's looking at me. What are you? He's got no way. He's still 3 possessions ago.
No, I'm with you guys. I know you're operating on some type of nerd wavelength between the both of you, so that's cool.
It's been an instant connection. Mine and Brad's first time working together in person.
Yeah, we know who the odd man out is here.
Humphrey's underneath. He's able to finish that.
What a game.
Living up to the hype through a 1.5. Adams baseline. Noy underneath, no good. And again, the 36ers are out and running. Detch is able to finish despite the challenge from Qual.
Didn't need to do it. Didn't need to do it. The only thing that could happen there is a potential foul. And if you get the block, you watch it right here. That's his 3rd foul. Yeah, that's a foul. Not necessary. Shouldn't have done it. Hurts his team. Derek.
Tough one, Brad, for Bull Qual to not go after that. That's just not in his character. And now he has to live with the consequences. 3 fouls, and he'll have to spend some time on the bench.
I agree with you, but Derek, he's one of their marquee players now. That is the next level that he's got to get to, where you've just got to say, I'm not going to do that right now because my team needs me out there. When you've got Kendrick Davis scoring like he does, you just can't afford it.
So 6-point lead to the Sixers. Let's have a listen to Gorge.
You guys said it. It's too early contested. If it's not contested, let it go. Then second side attack. You've been with it. I'm not bad. I want you to stay aggressive is what I'm saying. I want you to stay aggressive. Hey, it's the defense now, making sure we get back. No easy baskets. Hang in here. Hang in here. Here we go.
So a little bit of urgency for Brian Gorge and the Kings, wanting his team to hang in as they go toward half-time. Down by 6, 4 minutes remaining in this second period. Joel Peterson, Derek Rucker, Brad Rose and Joe Healy with you. Friday night hoops in Sydney.
Also, Brian Gorge just got a warning there from the referees as well. He obviously went after them, so that's an official warning for him. Not happy.
And we can't understate the importance of Sunday Detch being back in the lineup. Gives him offensive punch. He's got fresh legs because he's missed a lot of the season, Brad, and also we know about his capabilities on the defensive end.
Well, look who he's guarding, and that's exactly why he's out there.
He's an underrated piece for this Adelaide team, and while their stars were missing, so too was Sunday, and it left a big hole for them. Started the majority of games this season in this Adelaide lineup. Look at him harassing Adams and coming up with a good effort, but Cooks is able to just go one better.
I just like it when they get in the on-ball with Cooks. Good things happen. Yes, he missed the jump shot, but he was able to do that. I'm also looking at Jarrell Martin here. You'll see a big bandage, I guess, is on top of his forehead. We think there was some blood earlier. Not sure if there's a stitch, so we'll look into that, but he's back on there.
Now with Quat Noy guarding Montrez. Let's see if the Sixers try to exploit that. They wanted to go at it there as Harrell and Adams are exchanging comments.
That's Montrez's favorite part of the floor as well, that low block. This time it's Davis. It's so often Kendrick Davis with the answer.
Quick screen there by Harrell. Catches the 36ers, catches the Kings off guard. Mike Wells is trying to talk to you, Brad.
And that is Jalen Adams. His patented move, 6-point ball game. Let's check in with Joe.
Yeah, just on Jarrell Martin, guys, can confirm there is no stitch in his forehead. I've just been told that at halftime, depending on how it is, they may need to do that. As he just goes to the bucket there. Isaac Humphrey is also on the bench. His hand is being seen to. Also, just a little plaster being put on his pinky finger. So despite what it feels like everything is happening down here, it's all under control.
It's all pretty frenetic stuff still in this ball game. Thanks, Joe. 6-point lead to Adelaide. 2.5 remaining in this first half. That's going to be a kick ball.
Derek, we always talk about looking for the mismatches. I like how Adelaide's playing. They are running through Montrez right now. You picked it up. Look who's guarding him. Quantnoid, the strength is not there. Get him in on balls as much as you can.
Sunday Deck stepping through. Can't hit. Collects his own miss. Davis in the corner. Side of the backboard. Unusual for KD. Sydney can cut into this Adelaide lead on this possession.
Sydney didn't do a good job of matching up in that transition attack. And the foul actually was a pretty good result considering all the other possibilities. Sydney with a vital 2 minutes here. They've been so sketchy in closing quarters throughout the season. You don't know how this one's going to go, but it better go well for them because Adelaide are so potent offensively and playing with a lot of confidence.
Speaking of confidence, Jalen Adams has got plenty of that. 19 points in this first half. And he is keeping them close. Davis underneath, no good. Adams and Davis get tangled up, and Vaughan Mabry says that's a foul on the Adelaide point guard.
Well, I'm watching this man right here. Derek, I'm not sure if there's 100%. He seemed to grab his knee earlier in the quarter, and I was watching, but we saw him cringe the other night with a sore back. He keeps producing, there's no question, but I'm just monitoring. It doesn't seem to be moving as clear as what he normally does.
He's been managing it throughout the course of the season. Flared up right at the start of the year for Jalen Adams, and been an ongoing concern. It hasn't stopped him producing some absolute masterclasses, though, and we might be in store for another.
Oh, that's his fourth made three, and been instrumental in getting the Kings back in this game. 22 in the first half.
Tied at 50, minute 10 remaining.
Well, we have to remember the last time these guys played, Jalen had 41 in this gym. So he is loving life against Adelaide, so there's no question he is feeling. And if he's tight or sore, he's certainly not showing it.
And the 36ers are going to have to improve or change their pick and roll coverage because Adams is getting into space coming off the screen. They're better off just trapping him. The Kings don't shoot the ball well from the three-point line.
I'm with you.
Don't let the hot
to
guy shoot it.
I like the trap. Yes, it does mean then there's a 4-on-3 situation, but I'm a big fan of trapping.
Just on that last three from Jalen Adams as well, it's only a 2. You can see there our Pump by Reebok influencer seats. Jimmy and Nate, stars of Bricky Radio here on the right, and then on the left, Ziggy Ramo, Australian singer-songwriter. Mike Wells, not in the influencer seats, but a man of influence. Great to have them here. Enjoying the action this evening. Carroll hangs, can't hit. Kings can take the lead.
They got numbers.
Adams slings it to Malawatch, who comes straight back to him. Still 10 on the shot clock. Noy, catch and shoot and deliver.
Wow. Thought they missed him on the first rotation. He looked like he was over when you said he had numbers. But Jalen Adams does the right thing and gets it to the man with a hot hand. Up to 12 points now, 4 of 5. And knocked down 3 threes so far.
First time the Kings have led since the early stages of the opening frame. Half a minute remaining in this first half. Davis goes back to work. We are tied again at 52.
Great one-on-one matchup between the two outstanding point guards. Davis wins that little battle.
Adams has got 21. Davis has got 16.
Well, the 36ers have a foul to give if they want to. There are only 3 fouls here. That could stop the clock.
Here comes Adams. 3 on the clock. 2 toward halftime. Jalen Adams! He has his prayer answered. 24 points for the Kings star. And Sydney have a 3-point lead as we go to the half.
A tremendous first half of basketball. The Sixers got out to a hot start, but Jalen Adams, Brad, he's been amazing. 10 of 13 from the field, 24 big points, including that one.
15-5 run to close out that first half for the Sydney Kings. And Jalen Adams, a big part of that. 3-point Kings lead. Let's get to Joe, who's with Isaac Humphries.
Yeah, thanks. I've got Ice with me. Ice, obviously, they came back at you guys in that second quarter. Talk me through that half as a whole. What happened?
Yeah, I think we're battling. Two good teams going at it. It's an important game. Probably let them creep in a little bit more than we wanted, obviously, but I think we've got to hone in on our game plan a little bit more and keep pushing, keep running, keep getting stops. I think we got an advantage down low a little bit, so going at that. But executing on defense, I think we can just pick it up a little bit on everything. So.
Offensively, as you said, this is high octane. It's a really exciting game out there right now. What are you liking about what you're doing at that end of the court?
I think we're sharing it pretty well. We're, finding the open guy. We're getting through our offense. Hopefully we can keep that going in the second, though. We've seen us come out in the second half sometimes and, change our offense a little bit. So I think that has to be talked about now and continue, sharing the ball and doing what we're doing well.
Awesome. Good luck in the second.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, there you have it. Kudos Bank Arena is electric at the moment as the Sydney Kings by 3 points. We'll be back after the break to break it all down. You're watching the Hungry Jacks NBL.
In a moment of silence to recognize and pay respect to Rick Longley. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for Beyond the Arc shootout. Thanks to Beyond Bank. Give them a go. They're incredible.
Great bank, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check them out.
We've got our two contestants. Who you got, Rob?
We've got Colin here. We've got Braden, ladies and gentlemen, with the big mo.
So it's very simple. They take one shot each. Whoever shoots Beyond the Arc, thanks to Beyond Bank, wins some incredible prizes. That's how simple it is.
All right.
Who's your favourite? Have you played basketball before?
Never.
Never? How long have you been working on that mo?
28 years.
28 years, and what about you? This guy looks like from Howard.
Yeah, he's trying to grow one, but he's not Lebanese, so it's going to take him another maybe 6 months. How are you going there? How's your basketball?
It's good. I'm growing my mustache for 29 years, but I've played basketball, but I'm injured at the moment. So it's a good excuse if I don't win, I'm injured.
Where are you injured?
My ankle.
Your ankle. You just need your hands.
All right, this is going to be very close.
All right.
One shot each. This is the Beyond the Arc shootout. Thanks to Beyond Bank. All right, Rob, your man goes first.
Colin is going to kick it off. Oh, he's straight into it. Oh, all right.
Your man behind him. Here's my man. Here we go.
And
Colin, get back here, man. Get back. Colin, we need you. Wake up.
Here we go. Beyond the Arc. Thanks to Beyond Bank. So cool and relaxed.
Get back there, get a ball. First one in wins. We could be here all night.
Oh, that's a big miss, that one. Oh, here you go, let's go.
Can anybody else play?
Ladies and gentlemen, cheer them on.
I'm not going to cheer. At least hit the rim.
Braden needs to go for it. Braden needs to shoot from here. He keeps missing.
All right, at least hit the rim. Good work. Come on, do something.
Braden, go to the left. To the left.
All right, well done. Come here. Your first gig, Rob, Colin, needs to shoot this in, otherwise you lose.
All right, here we go. He's so cool about it.
He gets all the...
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. The 36ers, they were in control early, but it's the Sydney Kings who took the momentum into halftime. They lead by 3 here at Kudos Bank Arena. This is an epic contest so far. What have we got in the second half? I'm Joe Healy alongside Derek Rucker and Brad Rosen. Guys, talk me through these numbers up to this point.
That was one of the highest quality first half of basketball we've seen all season. great shooting, tremendous performances by their star players, and Jalen Adams, Brad, he just took over the game from the second quarter, outstanding with 24 points in that first half.
Well, it was needed. The last time they played here when Adelaide won, they were up by 19 at halftime, so that was really needed. I just can't believe Adelaide is shooting 58% from the field and down 3.
It feels like a similar tale of the tape to the last time these two teams met. Talk to me about the impact that this man is having.
Well, he's shooting the ball really well. I think he's shooting it better than he ever has in his career, and we know he can do that. He's so dangerous when he penetrates. He's got a great finishing package. He levitates and has great touch with that right hand. But, Brad, this is where he's really killing the Sixers, is that high ball screen. The Sixers got to figure out a way to restrict his impact in that scenario.
Look, sometimes we have been critical about Jalen Adams because sometimes he over-dribbles the ball. He's not doing that tonight. He gets the ball and he makes a decision and goes at it hard. I do like it when but look at this, this is the Blackmore shot chart, and this is what I love. Derek, both of these guys, Joe, are outstanding.
It feels like this game is going to be won at the defensive end, and it is about which team can stop either of those two men first.
Well, I say it often, at some point, one guy on each team has to say, I'm taking that matchup, I'm shutting that guy down. Take the burden off of your team concept and go out there and try and limit him, or you just go nuts on him on the offensive end.
Well, I love what you're saying, but the problem you've got with these two players is there will be one player that says, I'll shut you down. But offensively, they say, bring it, and I'm going at you.
That's good too, Brad. Very good, Brad.
All right, guys, talk to me about the live ladder that we're about to look at. It currently is still 2nd and 7, but there's 3 points in it here at halftime. And as we said at the top of the show, this game has massive ramifications depending on which way this goes.
Well, Melbourne United and Perth, they are cheering for Adelaide like crazy, but the Kings, if they can finish in the top 2, I think that changes their whole prospects for making the championship round. And Adelaide, this is a great opportunity. Being only down 3 at the half, Brad, they can overcome this margin without a problem.
Absolutely, both teams are right in this game, and really now it's going to come down to the coaches and their chess pieces. What are we going to do? Are we going to double on the ball? Are we going to slip? Are we going to switch on the ball? What are we going to do? Because right now, you said it before, someone has to stop one of those two guards, and the one that does that, they win the game.
Remembering that the Kings have got 3 games remaining, including this one. Adelaide have 5, so they're in prime position to take that 6th spot. Very, very quickly, who wins from here?
I think Sydney, hold on.
Then I'm going Adelaide because he said Sydney. Okay.
Brilliant. We cannot wait for the second half here at Kudos Bank Arena. An absolute epic right now between the Sydney Kings and Adelaide 36ers. We'll be right back.
Who's going to win this? Who are you give to one? All right, congratulations, the Lakers jersey, you win. The $50 voucher thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Well done. Maybe you can buy a Kings jersey now. Chemist Warehouse are giving you the chance to win the Ultimate Fans MVP Finals experience. Scan the QR code on screen now to enter. You could win 4 fully catered corporate seats to an NBL Finals game along with 4 signed jerseys and the chance to meet an NBL player post-game. Enter now and stop paying too much with Chemist Warehouse, proud partners of the NBL. Okay, it's a live update from the, of course, the Pringles Crunch Couch. I've got our 2 winners here. We've got Daniel and Natalie. Tell us about, like, where were you sitting? Do you come to all the games?
This is our first game in a while, and we're sitting right at the top at like 83, the 3rd level.
First game in a while. What taking you so long to come back?
Just didn't work out with work and couldn't get myself to the game, and this was the best one to come to.
And now you find yourself on the Penguins crunch couch. What about you? Are you a big Kings fan?
Sorry?
A big Sydney Kings fan. Do you follow basketball?
Love the Sydney Kings.
Well, you do now. But listen, there was another guy that was dancing. Who's that guy?
That was one of my best mates. I support my girlfriend.
He did all the work. He did all the energy, the dancing. He's up there somewhere. Look, we can probably see him. He's one of the top whistles. He did all the work, ladies and gentlemen, and he's still staying up there. He said nothing. Well, you know, give him a big thank you. Maybe take him a couple of flavours of Pringles as a little reward, because he did a lot of work and he got you guys on the couch. And we hope to see you at many more games as Kings fans now. But you get all the Pringles, take them all home, give him a couple, and thanks. Enjoy the Pringles crunch couch. Next time, ladies and gentlemen, it can be someone else doing the work, and you can find yourself on a Pringles crunch couch. Higher seats in Chinos Bank Arena. Thanks for Pringles. Term 1.
And we're off. The best part about it is the video doesn't know where the golf ball went, so it looks good. We know where it went. Man, come and join me. All right, we're gonna go look for our ball. Turn the camera on. Hey, it's long gone, bro. We're not gonna search all day. Hey, we'll give you a drop, Tui. Yeah, all right. All right, cut. Put that in the doco. Yes, he missed it. Water? That's twice in a row. No, it's not on the camera. First time playing this hole. What? Yeah, my one just rolled up down the fairway. Look at that. Get out. Yeah! Oh. Yeah, we're making this all or nothing. This hole, whoever loses it has to carry the massage table on our next away trip. It's about 22 kilos, X, just a heads up. Shot. Come on. Oh! Keep going. I didn't want the wind at all. Keep going, that's still rolling. I cannot believe that. 22 kilos. Fellas, 22 kilos. Which games? Was it one game each, or how's this going to work?
So
you got Southeast.
So the video is actually not going up, so no one's going to find out about it.
Jason Spurgeon, Isaiah Liafa, Alex Tui, Xavier Cooks. Good thing they're good at basketball. And they've been very good at basketball in this first half. 55-52, the Kings lead the Adelaide 36ers. Joel Peterson, Brad Rosen, Derek Rucker, and Joe Healy with you at Kudos Bank Arena on a Friday night. And so far, we have been treated to what has the potential to be something pretty special.
Well, I feel the Adelaide 36ers kind of blew a great opportunity to have a nice lead starting this third quarter, but here we go, Joel.
They've won 4 of their past 5 against the Kings. They've won the last 2 matchups between the 2 teams. This number 4 of the season. The Kings took the first, Adelaide the next 2, and Montrezl Harrell trying to make it 3 in a row.
Beautiful start. Love how they roll that straight into Harrell and let him get it. A beautiful screen here. Xavier Cooks goes upstairs.
Straight down the fairway for X. 8 points, 4 of 5 shooting. Adams with the half-time buzzer beater to lead all players in scoring with 24. DJ Vasiljevic in that first half. Just the 2 points on 3 shots. Can they get him more involved?
It was tough because they got going in an offensive rhythm, especially in that first quarter, and DJ really wasn't a part of that, so they kind of continued with what they had success with, but I think early in this third quarter, try and get him involved, see if you can get him going.
It's incredible to think the depth of weapons they've got. The guy who made 10 threes last time out, it's only had 3 shots in the game to half-time. Cam Oliver wasn't falling for Montrez's favourite move. Adams has got 24. Oliver for 3. Never looked like it. Harold to Humphries up top. Humphries was busy early. He's got 13 points. Here is DJ. Floater won't go. Humphries pulls it back down. The two former Kings involved on offense for the Sixers. Neither can make it stick. And Oliver drops the hammer.
Xavier Cooks impacting this basketball game to start the third quarter. The Amy replay. Nice lead pass from Adams to set it up. And we know Oliver, he loves the one-hand hammer.
Five points is the biggest lead that Sydney have had in the ball game so far. So 59-54. There's as much breathing room as the Kings have had. Adams is on the deck. Harrell's in the corner. And he's knocking in the 3-ball and saluting to the crowd.
He's box office. He loves it. He enjoys the game and he lets everyone around it know.
And he knows where anyone in an Adelaide jersey is in the visiting buildings, that's for sure. Adams can't hit.
Well, that's playing with danger. The guy's got 24 points. You don't want to just leave him open.
Only the fourth field goal he's missed this evening. Davis stepping back. Rebounding battle. Qual comes up with it. He's got 3 fouls. 12 points for Bull. Adams through the middle. Fouls. And he'll go to the line for shots.
Nice little veer move there. But Harrell, we saw him knock down a few threes in the Sixers' last appearance here at Kudos Bank Arena, a place he feels very confident shooting the basketball. Got a little homie over there wearing an Adelaide 36ers singlet. Montrez shows him some love. And you're right, Brad. He's big-time box office.
If I'm Adelaide, the last few possessions, I have seen Bull Qual be very physical with DJ. I would go back at that. I would want to get him his 4th foul. He's a big-time defender, and I would go straight at him, and if anyone can do that, would be DJ.
And you want to do it within your offensive structure, and I like that pin-down play they ran with Montrez Harrell and him where they didn't capitalize in the first half, but I think there's a lot of potential in that little action. I'd go to it right here.
Have a little bit of trouble inbounding the ball, but they get it there eventually. Starters back out there for both of these teams. Qual starting.
There goes the action that's setting it up. More of a stagger.
Davis to Harrell. Puts the shoulder into Oliver. And he was fouled.
And it's better offense. Whilst Montrez is so good, getting him in the ball and doing that little, I'll wait and then try and get the shot over the top is good basketball. That's great basketball. Ball gets movement, quick move. Oliver's going to foul. That's much better than just playing that one-on-one.
And that's where the threat of Vasiljevic is so important. He came off that stagger and the Kings responded defensively. Quick swing of the ball. It put Montrez's defender in a tough closeout situation. And Harrell was able to take advantage of it and get to the line.
Have a listen to this crowd.
They're hungry.
It's a hostile environment, but Montrez doesn't mind it. 65% free throw shooter on the season. 99 of 152. And he cashes his 100th of the year. Back to a 2-point game. It's been up and back. It's been exciting. It's been dynamic all evening. Humphries gets a piece of the Adams floater. Davis in transition, leaves into Liafa and gets the call.
Outstanding intelligence from Kendrick Davis. Liafa so concerned about not only the penetration, but the pull-up 3. Davis draws him off his feet. And a great job not to oversell the lean into to create the contact. And Brad, the Sixers have only played 8 guys in this game. Mike Wells has significantly shortened his rotation.
Well, he's done that for the past few weeks, and it's worked. Yeah, there's no question that that's the right move. And the Kings are doing something very similar now. You look at a guy like Alex Tui, who has had a brilliant career, brilliant season, I should say, and brilliant career, has only played 7.5 minutes in this game. Now, I don't say that's because he's playing bad. It's the fact Sean Bruce hasn't even stepped on the court. So it's that time of the year.
And tough decisions have to be made. And the scrutiny is significant at this time of the year.
Brian Goorjian said after that Southeast Melbourne win, it feels like finals basketball at the moment. It feels like these situations are what he loves and what he's here for. And he's got his team humming, not on that possession, as Oliver throws it away. So they're practicing like it's finals, they're playing like it's finals. The coach thoroughly enjoying it, and with his team having won 5 of 6, why not?
Here they run this play again. DJ sets the screen, gets the switch, comes back.
Drops it off to Humphries, and the block from Oliver out of nowhere. Adams thought about it. Quall does more than think about it.
Oh.
And now it's a jump ball.
No, that'll be a foul on Kendrick Davis. I think as Oliver went to jump there, he just slid underneath him.
An outstanding effort there by Cam Oliver to come off the weak side corner and block that shot. And Joel, you weren't wrong, it was a jump ball.
There was a size mismatch in a jump ball. And Cam Oliver coming out of the game after that little burst. Brian Goorjian did praise him after Wednesday night, said they had hit rock bottom, they sat down, they talked about things. He's played with voice, presence and confidence in his last 2. He certainly had a presence on that last defensive possession. And we are tied at 61. Just over 6 minutes remaining in this third period. A terrific Friday night clash between 2 of the league's heavyweights.
This is going up.
Unless they get a hand on it.
Defender in front. There's someone in front of you. There's a defender there. There's a defender in front of you.
Xavier Cooks wanted the unsportsmanlike.
And the defensive intensity has lifted, Brad. Only 15-point score between the two teams as DJ is on his favorite left hand, his only left hand, and Leafa does a good job playing with his hands.
Well, right now, this is sitting where the Sydney Kings want it. They are the best fourth-quarter team in the league. They will be very, very comfortable with the position they're in. And for Adelaide, they just need to get some stops here and get some movement to get that momentum.
Portnoy, he's been a little bit quieter tonight. Coming off a really hot run as Harrell almost on the lob from Mayan. Humphries is there to clean it up. Adelaide back in front. Here comes Cooks. Humphries did enough. Davis just bounces off Leafa at midcourt.
Wow, it's physical.
It is a rock fight at the moment. And Harrell's got the answers.
A great duck in and feed inside to Harrell. He takes advantage of his size. A lot of up and down action. Humphries cleans that one up. And then Harrell does a great job, just textbook duck in, flips it up, draws the foul. And he's having a very good basketball game with 13 points and 6 rebounds.
He had 25 and 10 last time he was here. Davis had 35 and 9. Of course, Adams had 41 in that game. Adams has got 26 so far. Davis has 18. Harrell has 13, now 14.
You talk about the rotations at the moment. Well, we've played close to 25 minutes, and Jalen has played 23 of those.
9-0 run for Adelaide to take a 5-point lead. Adams offloads to Noy. Terrific defense from Isaac Humphries. A big presence inside. Davis getting past Adams and finishing in style.
Well, anytime Kendrick Davis has Jalen Adams on him, he goes at him every single time. He feels he's got the step on him, and here's a mismatch here, Jalen and Isaac.
11-0 run for Adelaide. Can Adams answer back? Has to go to the hook shot over Humphries and gets it to fall.
No basket.
No.
An incredible shot that was going to go through the hoop. Had Oliver not interfered with it, only a minimal touch, but nevertheless, technically, Brad, an offensive goaltending.
Yep.
And that bucket will be waved away.
That's big.
Brian, warning on Xavier in the bench.
So warning on Xavier Cooks. Brian Goorjian's already got a warning in this game. I think for a moment both coaches thought that was going their way. Mike Wells looked a little bit confused, turned around and looked at us. We didn't know what was going on. Brian Goorjian had his head in his hands at the other end. Adelaide by 7. An 11-0 run they've put together after they trailed at half-time following a Jalen Adams buzzer beater, foul inside.
Smart basketball by Adelaide. Couldn't get the ball in. So what Trell did is just waited for his man, Isaac Humphries, flashed straight to the high post, and now you have that high-low action. Very good basketball.
And with those 3 bigs, I feel that's one of the reasons Adelaide could be dangerous in the postseason. The versatility with their style of play. No one wants this team to qualify outside of South Australia as Kendrick Davis goes bang from deep. 23 points from KD.
14-0 run for the Adelaide 36ers. We know they can get hot in a hurry, and they are prolonging it as Humphrey swats Adams and challenges Oliver. But Oliver was too good on that occasion.
Big bucket. They needed a score in some way. And here's a technical foul on Brian Goorjian.
Just when the Kings had arrested the Sixers' momentum, the mastermind might hand it back.
And it's just been the past 2 or 3 minutes, Brad, where Adelaide have shown how explosive they can be.
They got stops. They just got stops and ran.
They go on a 10-2 run. And will have possession of the basketball. Big possession here.
Davis has got to get the ball in his hand at some stage and finish off the play.
Kadee, Davis, Humphries, Martin and Sunday Detch, the 5 for Adelaide. Here is Davis. Gets the ball in his hand, hands it off to Martin in the corner. That's short.
Good offense.
Martin, another former King, of course, won a championship in purple. Oliver and Davis almost in another jump ball situation. 3 ball here for Sunday Detch. Martin pulls it down, out for Davis. No. Kings trying to eat back into this advantage. 8 points to Adelaide at the moment. Adams all the way through.
And Mike Wells might want to have a look at this one. In fact, they will. Great move there from Jalen Adams. Davis steps in trying to take the charge. This is a bang-bang play, Brad.
Well, no coach has had a timeout this half, so having the timeout here is not a shock, but it's a tough one. But he looked straight at his bench. The assistant coach has looked at the camera and said, absolutely, very quickly, they're confident.
So 71-65, 2:55 remaining in this third period. It has been a terrific Friday night hoops game and the coach's challenge at a pivotal juncture.
Well, looking at that,
it looks like he's there, Brad.
I'm saying he's there, and that's a charge, and that'll be overturned from what I see.
That Amy coach's challenge as we wait on the official announcement, but
just looking at Sunday Detch's left hand right there, that's it. Right there, is that, I don't think it's enough.
No.
But is it technically enough to call that? But I think he's set outside the circle, obviously.
See,
just that left hand here off Sunday Detch, right there.
So
no, it's not enough.
Kadee's there, Detch is there, and Davis is there. There's plenty of bodies around the scene of the crime.
This is a big call. tell you what, to be able to finish like that, unsuccessful.
Wow.
So an unsuccessful coach's challenge from Mike Wells. Scott Butler, talk us through it.
Very good, gentlemen. So when you're reviewing this play, you have to sequence it in the order of, does the defender clearly establish legal guard position? He does not. So Davis is still sliding across right up to the point of contact. That means he's actually late to the contest. So because he's late to the contest, we stay with the blocking foul on the floor.
Thank you, Scott.
Well, Derek was wrong again.
What's your record this season, Ruck, you reckon?
I'm just going to let that one slide and acknowledge the brilliance of Jalen Adams to come up with the big play for the Kings when they desperately needed it. And also foul number 3 on Kendrick Davis, and he'll have a seat on the bench as Adams cuts the lead to 5.
Mike Wells saying to Paul Mabry, absolute charge. There is no way that's not a charge. So the Adelaide coach left frustrated after that. Sydney back to only 5 points in arrears. Vasiljevic back out there and stepping back, but not hitting.
And Mike Wells not happy with the shot. I don't mind it because DJ's got to feel a little bit of the basketball. He's got to work his way into the game somehow. Sometimes you got to go outside the box and try and find a shot. Now, he can't do it again.
No, but he is 1 of 7 from the field. Now, that's probably a frustration shot. I want the ball more. But this is one of the challenges that Adelaide have now because Kendrick has been electric tonight with 23 points on 8 of 14. Who runs the show now? Now, Jason Caddy's the point guard. The ball needs to go in his hands, and he will find good looks. He's a veteran. He's been around for many years, knows what to do.
Tui with the first at the line. Kings have scored the last 6 of the game after Adelaide had an 11-0 run their way. We said that coach's challenge came at a vital moment. It didn't go Adelaide's way. Now the Kings are just starting to chip back into this one. 3-point ball game. Second playing 7th. Adelaide with a chance to go into the playing spots tonight with a win.
Well, that's a good look. And we just see it there, Kendrick Davis. He didn't sit for long. He's back on.
And let's see who Kendrick Davis will match up on the defensive end, carrying the 3 fouls. And if Sydney are firstly even aware, Brad, and secondly, how they choose to try and exploit him.
Well, they're putting some length with Tui.
Martin coming past Noy, tried to get it underneath to Harold. Tui took it away. Kings can tie on this possession. Oliver can't finish inside. Wells wants Adelaide to push the pace. Sunday's Edge just does just that.
Great finish by Desch off of a nice kick-ahead pass.
Both teams know just how important this game could be to their season. Malawatch with a big-time play.
Jalen Adams probing, causes that Sixers defense to shift and collapse, and Noy makes a good pass over to Malawatch.
And Kendrick Davis at the other end continues to deliver. 25 for KD, 1 more to come.
And that's the challenge. Alex Tui, good defender, gets his feet set as we watch Malawatch hit that 3, and he's been giving them good minutes. But Kendrick, just the speed, takes the hit. Minimal contact, but it's there, and finishes with the left.
Well, I think you're playing with fire, allowing him to handle that ball in his left hand carefree like that. He's so hard to contain. Gets into a step-back game, crossover, deadly on the left hand.
Missed his last 2 at the line between the technical free throw and that last one, Kendrick Davis.
Well, what about the coach, though? You could seriously see why you would leave Kendrick Davis on the bench there. You got 3 fouls. Let's just leave you for the quarter. He saw the mismatch. He saw the team they had out there. No, I need you back in the game. Great substitution.
And no doubt recognising the importance of this game in the context of their season.
Oh, yeah.
They're 11-13. They're 3-9 on the road this year. However, they won their first game here. They've been terrific at home. They just like playing in places with red seats. That might be the formula for Mike Wells and his Adelaide 36ers.
And you sense, Brad, the Kings feel if they can just keep it close, 1 possession, 2 possession game.
I love their fourth quarter. Yeah.
And they have the ability to absolutely lock people down in the fourth.
So Brad mentioned it earlier, they're 18-7 in fourth quarters this season, Sydney. 19-7. Adelaide have won 8 fourth quarters across the course of the campaign. Sydney are by far and away the best fourth quarter team in the competition, and they might need to be again tonight. Another chance here for Adelaide. Davis gets another look. He's fouled by Oliver.
Well, rebounding hasn't been a huge factor tonight. We've got 24 rebounds for the Kings. You've got 29 rebounds from the 36ers because we've been shooting at such a high percentage, both teams at 49%. Now, that was their 11th offensive board for the 36ers there, and it's just giving them another possession, which now lets Kendrick Davis go to the line.
Starters are out there for Adelaide. 10,356 here tonight. Davis has now missed 3 free throws in a row in separate trips to the line. DJ Vasiljevic has a word to him. And he gestures to his captain after the word of advice to cool him down at the line.
Well, both teams now are in the bonus, so you're not going to be giving up fouls. You want to keep them off the free throw line and just try and get a stop. Are the Kings going to go for 2 for 1 here?
No Adams as they close this quarter for Sydney. Offensive foul against Cotnoy.
31 seconds. If you're Adelaide, Derek, do you go for the 2 for 1 and take that wild shot and get the last possession, or just take the right one?
I'm just taking the good shot here. And Cotnoy with an unnecessary play there against Davis. But yeah, just run your offense, get your best shot. You're in the bonus. Open this floor up against Malawach. I just feel he's a bit too inexperienced against Davis on the defensive end.
And against Kendrick Davis, you need all your wares, and you need your very best to go at him. Montrez Harrell down the lane, straight line drive. Adelaide by 6.
Smart.
6 seconds remaining. Cooks drops it off for Tui. He can't finish. Foul underneath.
Wow. That's a big foul to finish the quarter. Obviously no challenge left.
Well, Xavier has not been great from the free throw line, so it's not a terrible situation, but
61% on the season. Xavier Cooks nails the first here.
Had a look over at Derek and said, what you say?
Yep.
9 of 12 tonight at the line, the Kings. Adelaide 12 of 15. Sixers 6 of 11 from downtown. Kings 10 of 22, so both shooting the ball nicely and right around that 50% from the field. 2 seconds remaining. Cooks misses the second. Harrell keeps it alive. And this game is finally poised with a quarter to go. 2 of the most exciting teams in the competition will fight it out in the final term. It is Adelaide by 5, 78-73 on Friday Night Hoops. So marquee matchup on a Friday night. Kendrick Davis has been giving it his all. Montrezl Harrell's been a big part of it as well. And with a quarter to go, it's Adelaide who lead by 5, 78-73. The big guns are firing with over 10,000 in the house at Kudos Bank Arena. And this is what it means. Adelaide at the moment on the live ladder on the Mitsubishi Motors standings sit in 6th, and Sydney go from 2nd down to 4th in that log jam at the top of the table. Joel Peterson, Brad Rose and Derek Rucker and Joe Healy with you. This game is finally poised, gentlemen, as we start the last.
Two outstanding teams, and they've got their big guns firing as Noy misfires from 3. Ooh.
Davis, lightning again, and 1 for Kendrick Davis, who's got 28.
That's elite. That is outstanding basketball. Look at this crossover. Boom, right there. Could have just kept dribbling, but goes up with the left and gets the foul. Oh, Derek. He's outstanding.
Great inside hand finish after drawing the contact.
Montrezl Harrell just saying good evening to you two.
Yeah.
He's just telling us that Cotnoy may be best 6-man, but he can't shoot.
Tonight, he may be factually correct. Over the course of the season, Montrezl is incorrect.
27, 32, and 24, and his 3 coming into tonight, Cotnoy, so pretty good body of work. And Harrell going straight at him on that occasion. So opening couple of buckets of this final term to Adelaide. And the Kings will have to come up with their final quarter best once more. Davis keeps it alive. And that'll be a 4th foul on Bulqual.
Outstanding save from Kendrick Davis to keep that ball in play. Brian Goorjian has seen enough to start this 4th quarter. He'll call a timeout after just 54 seconds.
Well, it's the right timeout. He can see things here that aren't right. Now, we know, and we've said it before, the Kings are great 4-quarter team. Don't think Adelaide don't know that as well. They are coming out here for the first few minutes and hitting them with a cricket bat.
They'll be ready. They will be ready. 82-73 with 9:06 remaining. So 9 points. Adelaide lead. 9:06 remaining in this one. Jalen Adams has 30, Kendrick Davis has 28, so 58 points between the 2 star guards at either end.
And it's easy to say this, but from the Adelaide 36ers perspective, I'm giving super extra attention to Jalen Adams, and even though he's not shooting the ball well, Brad, Kwat Noy is not getting any good looks. I'm not giving him the platform to find some confidence.
Yeah, and give that to Adelaide as well for their defense. They know it. You know, we joked about Montrezl coming over here and having a laugh about that, but the real situation is they know exactly how important he is for this team, and they don't want him to get good looks.
82-73, Montrezl Harrell getting himself, his team, maybe even Brad and Derek psyched up for the end here. So Adelaide by 9, 82-73. Some work to do in the closing stages for them here, Joe Healy.
Yeah, exactly right, but they are sticking to their game plan. Mike Welsh just resetting, refocusing his troops. He said the refs aren't being too kind to us, or, you know, words to that effect. So let's all do this, me included, and ignore them. He said, let's stick to our game plan, what we know, play fast and play downhill.
Work to do to close this one out for Adelaide. Can Sydney claw their way back? Humphries has been terrific inside tonight. Harrell's a little bit sore underneath all of that. 15 and 6 for Isaac Humphries, couple of blocks as well. Noy almost locked Harrell up, but Montrezl was too strong. First 6 points of this final term to Adelaide. Quoll's still out there with 4 fouls. Noy for 3. Can't buy one. Staying with the Kings. So what does Sydney go to now? I mean, it seems pretty simplistic to say, well, it's the 4th quarter, give it to Jalen Adams. but how else can they find answers?
Movement,
Yeah.
then get into the high pick and roll with Adams and Cooks.
Correct. You can't just have Jalen bring the ball over the half court, then play a pick and roll. The defense is too good tonight. The rotations are great. You want to get it from one side to the other. And the only question I've got here, and it's probably, I don't know if it's good, is this the Sean Bruce time? Do you bring in a guy now to be able to get some ball movement? And an interesting something taking Kendrick Davis out.
They caught him.
I know it's his fourth, but...
You're a bit riskier than I am, Brad.
Living on the edge, Brad Rosen, 28 points for Davis. This man's got 30, make it 32 for Adams.
And again, you're the Sixers. Do everything you can not to let Adams get a catch.
We'll now go with DJ. Bull Paul's got 4. Try and get that back as well.
The 11 points was an equal game-high lead for Adelaide. It's now 9. Vasiljevic has had a rough night, but he can heat up at a moment's notice. Not on that occasion, 1 of 8 for DJ. Cooks brings it up the floor. Noise in attack mode. Loose ball. Qual was careful. Malawatch 2, and Adams dives on it at midcourt. But Harrell comes up with it. The desperation on show. Out to the captain and roll it in and give it to the locals.
Montrezl Harrell. That is your superstar box office guy getting on the floor. Here he is here. The ball could be anyone. Jalen goes on, but Montrez says, no, I want that more. Great find here. Kicks it back to Kadee. And that man, doesn't matter, like you just said, he could be 0 of 20, and he's shooting that one.
Oh, now he's 2 of 9. And that's a big bucket with Davis off the floor. Vasiljevic finding some rhythm. Could just be enough to get the 36ers over the line in these final 7 minutes. But again, defensively, the Sixers just need to really overcommit to Adams, make someone else beat them in this fourth quarter.
Biggest lead of the game for Adelaide with 7 and change. Here comes Oliver, challenged by Humphries at the rim. It looked like it could have been dunk of the year for a second there.
Well, from here, I like the no call. Humphries went straight up, did exactly what should be happening, but they just didn't box out on Xavier Cooks, and Cooks doing what he does best and try and create and cause second effort for the team.
Joel, we've talked about the prowess of this Sixers team when they have a complete roster. They've gone significant patches of this season without having key player availability. Now they're getting it back. As we look at this replay, as Oliver went up against Humphries. Nice challenge, but now that they're getting all their players back, we see the potential.
They're a scary proposition if indeed they do make it to the postseason. They probably fall in that 3v6 matchup. I'm not asking to play them.
I'm just watching Montrez here. He is talking, that's Paul Smith's row, and he is just letting everyone in that row know.
Well, his man Todd Gurley sitting over there next to Chris Pongrass and Paul Smith. Todd might be feeling just a touch awkward at the moment, I imagine.
I was thinking the same thing, Joel. Got a premium seat over there next to King's Brass. We can hear Montrez. Got a lot going on, Brad.
Oh, this is great. We need more of him. He is just so good.
Don't really know where to turn, don't know where to look, don't know where to listen, to be frank. Xavier Cooks 10, 8 and 3. And 2 free throws there in a critical spot.
So I think Adelaide probably needed to be able to play the next 2.5, 3 minutes without Kendrick before he's inserted by Mike Wells back into this contest.
Trying to sustain himself with the 4 fouls, Kendrick Davis. He's got 28 points. Adams has 32 for Sydney. Kadee, Mayen in the corner. Oliver pulls down the rebound. His 10th of the game to go with 6 points. Adams is probing and floating and scoring.
The wall the wall that the Sixers build in transition must be better than that. And Mike Wells isn't even going to wait that long. He's coming back with Kendrick Davis right now.
Harrell up top. Vasiljevic puts the shoulder down, steps back and cashes it. DJ Vasiljevic with a couple of big fourth quarter hits.
Oh, look out. We know what he did. 7 in a row in Cairns. This thing's going up the next time he touches it.
Xavier Cooks challenged again by Humphries.
He's been great tonight, Humphries, on that defensive end. He's been real solid for them.
He's a plus 21 in the contest.
He's been locked in. A huge presence underneath. His 4th block of the game. And now Harrell is matched up against Qual. Jumper won't go.
A lot of contact on both ends inside the paint. Ooh.
Adams with 34. Left hand finish, no good. Humphries another rebound. He just stares at Xavier Cooks.
DJ here wide open.
Gets run off the line, gets inside. He gets it to go. And DJ will go to the line to add one more.
Terrific basketball intelligence by Vasiljevic. Understands the situation as we look at the Amy replay. This is the one he hit just a few moments ago. Poor pick and roll defense by the Kings, and then Kadee finds him early. List Malawatch, contact bucket. Adelaide on a roll.
And Ruck, you just said it. Kadee found him early. He knew what this man is like. Great minutes by Jason Kadee. Coming on here with Kendrick Davis in a couple of foul trouble. Well, he's 4 fouls, but he's letting him go.
I thought you fouled.
9 fourth quarter points for DJ Vasiljevic. The captain stepping up when the Sixers need him. And it's a new game-high 14-point lead for Adelaide. Adams slings it inside. Oliver, again, Humphries is across, but a foul this time.
We've seen on a regular basis in this game, these Adelaide bigs defensively rotating to the basketball, causing problems, and not allowing the Kings to get any easy attempts around the hoop. And that weighs on you. It plays on your mind, Brad. You're always looking over your shoulder when you go to finish around the bucket.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at this Kings team, and we know Jalen gets the ball a lot. Is it time for Xavier Cooks to get some feed? Right, he's got 8 shots, hasn't really touched the ball a lot. He's so creative. He's going to have a bigger on him that won't be able to have the footwork. Maybe it's time to just change things up here a little bit and see if they can get some looks for that man right there.
Well, they can do all that to the nth degree of success, but if they don't stop Adelaide on the other end, this bad boy is over.
They've only given up 100 points 4 times this season. Sydney been elite at that defensive end. Hasn't quite been there for them tonight. In the face of a red-hot Adelaide offense. Oliver takes it off the rim. Harrell puts it back up, and Humphries tips it home.
Size.
Brilliant. Noy on the take. Adams for 3 more. Cooks rips it down. He's fouled. 15-point game with Xavier Cooks going to the free throw line.
Well, that was a good foul by Kadee. Was able to grab the rebound, Xavier Cooks, but Kadee did the right thing and fouled him hard enough. And you just called a sub there, which was interesting for Kendrick Davis, but he actually took him back the way the team was going, and now bringing him back on here. So
well, this was kind of the mark that I thought he would have been brought in, and DJ Vasiljevic heating up in that stretch allowed Mike Wells a bit more time, minimized his risk, and now they can go with Davis with a nice expanded lead out to 15.
Okay, here we go. 2 shots.
So just changing a foul, they put on Xavier Cooks to Makwatch Malawatch. So Malawatch has 4 fouls at the moment, which I think includes that extra. Xavier Cooks hasn't got a foul, so they have taken that one from Cooks and applied it to Makwatch Malawatch. Kendrick Davis keen to get into the game, just having to bide his time. Cooks misses the first free throw.
And Adelaide have been dominant inside the 3-point line offensively. They've only taken 16 threes. They've made 8.
Plus 24 points in the paint for the Adelaide 36ers.
You can run the baseline if you want to.
Well done, Joel. Your Sydney debut has been sparkling.
Far too kind, Ruck. Far too kind. 95-81. It is a hell of an atmosphere on a Friday night, even with the home team down.
there it is. Great work by Kendrick Davis. He knew what Bull Quoll was doing. He kept the ball in his hands to get that 5th foul, and that he's done.
He just dangled the carrot, did Kendrick Davis. And Bull Quoll checks out of the game.
Well, there's another tech foul on Xavier Cooks, and when I say another, he did get the warning on the bench, but this time is obviously a tech foul as he's out there,
So second tech foul on the Kings. Brian Goorjian had one earlier. Just the 4th time this season Bull Quoll's fouled out.
And he's got his head down, and I feel for him because I know what he's going through right now. And I hate to harp on it. That's the foul earlier in the game. Like that one, I can understand why you're up and in, but it's the ones that are earlier that you don't need to do. Like that one, he went for the block.
But Brad, I believe also is his pride. We know he's a very proud player, and he's a guy who wants success. And his matchup coming into this game would have been Kendrick Davis. And you look over, and Kendrick Davis, with 4 minutes to go, has 28 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 1 turnover. And I'm sure there's a real sense of failure.
Now Malawatch has got the job on Davis. Humphries has got 17, Harrell's got 20, Vasiljevic's got 12. Davis for 2 more. Tough shot over McQuatch Malawatch, and KD's got another 30-piece.
And I'll add, he's not the only player in the league that's going to have a feeling of failure matching up against Kendrick Davis. And Adams responds with a deep 3. He's got 37, Joel.
Well, this is the rub. There's 4 minutes. If the Kings are going to get back in this game, it has to happen in the next 2, obviously. So some big stops are needed. Then they need to run.
8th time with 30 or more for Davis. Adams closing in on a career high. Of course, he had it. It was 41 against Adelaide last time here. That was in a loss. He's trying to avoid the same fate tonight. 14-point ball game, 3:43 remaining. Joel Peterson, Brad Rosen, Derek Rucker, and Joe Healy with you as Harrell takes it across the lane.
And very similar to the offensive interference call that went against Montrez in the first half, Brad. This was a good call also.
Just changing the ball over. So Adelaide reached 100 points. It's the 8th time they've done that so far this season, Adelaide, and just the 5th time the Kings have given up 100 or more. Adams for 2 more. It just falls dead on the back of the rim. Rolls home for Jalen, who's got 39.
Well, that was a slight change. Xavier Cooks brought the ball up and then looked like he may go one-on-one and then went straight back to Jalen.
9 in this 4th quarter for Jalen Adams. 2 more for Isaac Humphries.
Kendrick Davis is unbelievable. That is just an outstanding pass. He is just owning this game right now.
Can't be stopped at the moment, the Adelaide 36ers. Malawatch no good.
Well, Joel, I said during the week, if Kendrick Davis hangs around in this league, I see multiple MVP awards in his future. And you look at him play tonight, and ultimately it only comes down to how he performs and how he feels. I don't feel like anyone in this league can guard him.
Shown it a number of times. It's been another exhibition from him this evening. Adams for 3. That is well offline. So 9th time with 30 or more for Davis. He's been terrific. Timeout for the Sydney Kings. Down by 16, 86 to 102. Adelaide led by 11 at quarter time. The Kings got back in front at the half. And it's been Adelaide by 5 at 3/4 time. And the Stars are all out on Friday night hoops here at Kudos Bank Arena. Joe Healy is one of the stars of the show off the court.
I certainly am. Former Rams running back Todd Gurley. Todd, great to see you here.
Thank you.
You're here watching your mate Montrezl Harrell. What have you made of his game? He's ever the showman.
Bully ball. Bully ball. It looked like he having fun, you know, out there being a villain. He loves the energy from the crowd. But it's just been a good game, though. It's been a good game. The crowd is super intense. Everyone's in it, so it's a good environment.
You two grew up together. I take it as elite athletes, you were pretty competitive?
Yeah, he dunked on me in high school, actually. But I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. But yeah, you know, always been a fan of him. But just super proud of him. But then also too, just, you know, 2 kids from Tarboro, the small town Tarboro and Leggett, to be able to make it all the way to Australia is like, I don't know, it's surreal. You really can't put it into words, but I'm just happy to be out here. Love Australia. Always love the love that I get and receive out here, and it's just a great country.
All right, I won't keep you too much longer because the game's just started again, but a tip for the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes.
Of course, of course. Hey, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the trip.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Great to have Todd Gurley with Joe Healy. Been on the very biggest stage of international sport as that man in a Super Bowl against the New England Patriots for the LA Rams. As the Kings back the other way, McCoach Malawach with 2 points. Cuts it back to a 14-point gap. They have won or drawn their last 10 fourth quarters, Sydney, coming into tonight. And they've only lost 2 second halves since round 8. Quatnoy with the dunk. And Mike Wells wants to cut out any momentum that Sydney are building. Lead back to 12 for Adelaide with 1:45 to go.
Well, just 2 offensive sets that were just not good. Obviously, that turnover right there. And the other one, Kendrick Davis, wasn't a bad shot, but it wasn't the right shot for that time and game possession.
And both teams have been really good with the basketball. Only 13 turnovers between the 2 teams in this game, but it's been just the outstanding play of Kendrick Davis and the size of the 36ers that have been the difference. Humphrey's got 19, Harrell's got 22. And they've dominated around the paint and the hoop.
Absolutely, they have. Of course, Kendrick Davis will be in MVP contention at the end of the year. Quatnoy, we know, is in probably the clubhouse leader for 6th man of the year at this stage. And his numbers over his past 10 games that you see there, Brad, are absolutely incredible. 21 points. Hasn't started a game this season and hasn't needed to.
Yeah, what I love that he's done this year is a lot of 6 men, as I said in the beginning of the game, come in and they play their role really well and do a good job. He's been literally winning games for the Kings by the way he's coming in and knocking down big-time shots in the fourth quarters and whatever he's needed. And yeah, coming off the bench, I've asked him about it. He loves it. He wants to go to a starting role, but that's not this year. But he's very, very comfortable and loving the Sydney life right now.
Got all the confidence in the world. He spoke earlier about his connection with Kendrick Davis, of course. Played New South Wales junior basketball with both Isaac Humphries and DJ Vasiljevic. You can hear more from him in an episode with The Huddle with Pete Hawley. Great chat. Have that in your podcast platform of choice. 1.5 minutes to go. Kings down by 12. A win for Adelaide gets them inside the 6. A loss for the Kings drops them from 2nd to 4th. As it stands on the Mitsubishi Motors live ladder. Foul is on Vasiljevic as Adams creates some space.
Well, that's his 2nd.
Adams will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah.
Malawach out there with 4, Davis out there with 4, Harrell's got 3, Oliver's got 3.
One of the other guys we really need to mention here is Isaac Humphries. What a game he's had. 19 points, 9 of 13 from the field. He's a plus 21, which is the best in the game. And that's to go with 9 rebounds.
2 steals and 4 blocks.
Brilliant.
And maybe a few that might have been fouls, but were heavily adjusted.
Well, Adelaide need to tighten up. They've been sloppy in this past minute.
Well, yeah, they're trying to hold the win rather than being aggressive to score.
Might only be one more bucket that sees the challenge off completely. Davis, an expert at just winding time off the clock. Vasiljevic can't hit. He might have to launch one from deep. He's so good at that. Humphries pulls it down. Another critical intervention from the big man, but he has it poked loose. Oliver underneath. Back to single figures.
They're going to go with Deschen for Humphries to provide some ball handling.
Yeah, extra ball handling.
So Dench, Davis, Mayen, Vasiljevic, and Harrell as the Sixers go small ball. Malawach, Noy, Cooks, Adams, Oliver for the Kings.
Now you start considering who you may foul out there on the floor.
Davis, an 80% free throw shooter. Vasiljevic, an 86% free throw shooter. Davis goes inside, and the Kings get the ball back. Adams off to Noy, needs to get it up, does. Can't connect with anything. And a foul on Harrell.
Well, right now, there are 5 teams in the NBL worried. This Adelaide 36ers team are trying and flying into this spot, 6th spot, and it doesn't worry them going on the road in the play-in, playing that 5th spot, 4th spot, whatever it may be. This Adelaide team is a very, very dangerous team.
They are an imposing prospect. Ryan Gorgon still talking at Vaughan Maybury rather than to Vaughan Maybury. And Montrezl Harrell is at the line. 22-11. Another big double-double here in Sydney for Montrez. 25-10 when he was here earlier in the year. The bright lights of Sydney suit him well.
He's a lot to deal with, and his size, Brad, his skill, the energy, he imposes a certain tone onto the opponent, and he just tends to dominate out there from an energy perspective.
9-point game. Adams getting inside. 43 for Jalen Adams, a new career high. Unfortunately for him, it looks like it's going to come in another loss to the Adelaide 36ers. Detch is fouled by Malawach. Malawach is out of the game with his 5th. So Isaiah Liafa will check into the game for McQuatch Malawach. And the wind puts them into the box seat.
Yeah, it
the
does.
Adelaide 36ers.
And early on, you just saw Brian Gorgon trying to juggle. He couldn't find a lineup that could slow the Sixers team down.
Well, we talk about Adelaide going here, and now this will put them in 6th spot. What it also does is put Sydney in 4th.
Yep.
And we speak about that 1-2 and obviously automatic entry into the semi-finals. Melbourne, after a great win in Perth the other night, well, they go into 2nd spot right now. And
got a chance to solidify that spot tomorrow, as do Perth against Cairns.
What we know is it will change 1 million times before the season's over.
Absolutely. It's been a season that's been all over the shop. Adams for 3 more, no good. And the Adelaide 36ers stamp their playoff credentials and move into the top 6 of the competition. And there'll be a lot of teams around the NBL who are very nervous watching on as this 36ers team is rolling toward the postseason. They beat the Kings 105-96 in Sydney. They win the season series 3-1 between these two teams. And Adelaide has won 5 of 7 and looking a very imposing prospect.
A tremendous road victory for the 36ers, and wins like this, Brad, they bring a team closer together. We saw them do it a few weeks ago after a crisis meeting, and the cohesion in this team is much different than what we saw 4 or 5 rounds ago. This is a team with championship talent and aspirations.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And the other thing it is they know who their leader is. Yes, it's Kendrick Davis. Let's get him the ball and he will make good decisions. And there's nights he will have 30 like this. He might even have 40. But then he'll go for 15 and DJ will have 7 threes like the other night. Just very, very impressive.
He was absolutely brilliant. He's with Joe Healy.
Yeah, I've got Kendrick Davis with me. KD, you guys have just beaten the 2nd team on the ladder. It feels like you're clicking at the right time of the season. How impressive was that win for you guys?
More impressive for y'all than us, because we believe we're a top team. I've been saying that the whole year. We're playing our best basketball at the right time of the year. And yeah, man. Hey!
I got out of the way, I could see that one coming. What does this mean to this team?
Man, I keep telling them, man, I'm black, bro. That's going to take forever to get out. But, yeah, man, it mean a lot. We lost a heartbreaker at Tasmania, and most teams would have folded. We got stronger. We dangerous. We had some suspensions early in the year. Then right after that, dudes got hurt, and we had some bad luck. But we beat Illawarra 3 times, and we just beat Sydney, twice, 3 times? And that's top 2 teams on the ladder, so we know we can do it.
Congrats, God, enjoy this one.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a nice one.
Well, there you have it, the Adelaide 36ers with a statement win over the Sydney Kings. We'll be back to wrap it up after the break.
Official retailer to the Sydney Kings.
A performance of real substance from the Adelaide 36ers. They ripped it open in this second half and win by 9, 105-96. Kendrick Davis with 30, a career-high 43 for Jalen Adams, but it was not enough. And the Sixers record a big win, and the party time has started on court already with Kendrick Davis getting absolutely drenched for his trouble. Joel Peterson, Brad Rosen and Derek Rucker with you. Our full-time match stats paint a pretty picture for the Sixers, Ruck.
It certainly did, and they were excellent on the offensive end, led by Kendrick Davis, as we have mentioned, but the points in the paint was massive. They outscored the Kings 60-42, and Brad, it looks like the Sixers have found just enough defense to make them a real threat going into the postseason.
Played really well tonight. They did exactly what they do, and they are scaring all the 5 teams above them, no question.
And this is what it means in terms of the live ladder. So the Kings slide down to 4th, and the Sixers, for the first time since round 11, they are back inside the top 6, and that's a scary prospect.
It certainly is, and they're a team now that could actually go after the Phoenix for a 5th spot, and that's a real threatening situation for Southeast Melbourne.
Absolutely it is. Adelaide with New Zealand, Brisbane, Southeast Melbourne and Perth to come. Sydney have got Perth and Illawarra to close. Well, it was a big game on a Friday night. It promised plenty. It delivered. and the big guns came out, but it was Adelaide who recorded a massive win, 105-96 to stamp their playoff credentials. More NBL hoops tomorrow. Look forward to your company then.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.